Hey everybody, welcome back, SimCasino. I've changed some things. Yeah. So, first off, all the rooms are in, and I gotta tell you, I am very good now at moving things around. Oh man. So, with this game, if you copy a whole lot of stuff, if you clone a ton of stuff, and you paste like big bulks of stuff, anything that's wall mounted is gonna get shifted around. It's just not gonna stay still. I've had to move pretty much everything. There's been a lot of plants that did kind of stay, but for the most part, every wall statue had to be replaced. Televisions had to be replaced. Anything that was freeform positioned, like say the lights, for example, they all got shifted around. Sometimes they were floating way back here. Other times they were floating in between the walls. It was a mess, but I got everything taken care of. Every room is fixed. Probably a dozen things to move in each room, and everything's fixed. I also took the opportunity, since I was moving everything around anyway, to make some changes and tweaks on each room. So, for example, this, the plants are positioned a little bit differently sometimes, but most of the bigger change that's most noticeable anyway is this piece of art next to the bed. This here is changed sometimes in different rooms. Kind of depends on what room you're in. It's not completely different every single time. Like this one here it's the same thing, but it's a different color, right? Just to spice it up a little bit. This one's different. Then you got this again. Then this is bigger here, and it's a little crowded with this chair. I'm just gonna move the chair over one, or I'm not. Hi, autosave. I think I want to change the autosave duration, but I've had a crash before. And it was really nice to have that autosave be like 30 seconds ago when that happened. So I'm going to leave it. In any case, all the stuff is kind of changed in. And you'll notice that I have all four sides of the square done. And that means the elevators are gone. What did we do with the elevators? They're gone. Well, I don't know exactly what I want to do with the elevators yet. So I've decided I don't want to structure the room around like where my rooms are positioned based on where the elevators are. I would rather structure where the elevators are based on where the rooms are positioned, because elevators I think are a little easier to place. So I've taken the elevators out of here. That entire shaft is gone, and we're going to position the rooms on the top floor. Then we'll figure out where can we put the elevators based on that, and then we'll structure all the other rooms and all the other floors around where the elevators are instead. That will give me a good amount of flexibility for the very big rooms that are more important and also more money, and then allow me to position the little rooms, the smaller rooms, because there's going to be a whole lot of them. We'll position the little rooms around where the elevators are. Okay, so this is the carpet I've chosen for this whole area. Nice. And then I've got this themed wall, but I darkened it a little bit just to kind of, I don't know, change it up. I like the dark doors with the gold sort of frame around it. The rooms that are not premium rooms are gonna look just a tiny bit differently. So these are like the black tie, the ultra suites, right, with the balconies and stuff. The really big ones, 15 by 14, I think. They're not entirely a square. They're 15 by 14. Yeah, let's check. This way is 15, and this way is 14. There we go. All right, so those are the rooms. Now, what are we doing today? Well, I want to finish the top floor of my hotel. And to do that, I need to position other rooms to where they can all fit into here. And I want balconies around the entirety of the outside. So it makes sense to do the exterior rooms first. So for the hotel rooms, what I'm going to do on this side, it's kind of got to space it out because there's different sizing, right? Like this area over here is a different size compared to where these doors are, compared to this side, which actually has a lot of room left. So deciding where certain rooms go or which side gets certain rooms, that's been a kind of a challenge. I haven't figured it out on this side yet, so I'm gonna just let this go for the time being. But we might need to do a mixture of large rooms and small rooms, right? What I have on this side is all of these rooms right here. Wow, screen tearing is back, man, in full force. Wow. So this right here is kind of my arrangement for the smaller rooms. So I need to design these, but what I'll have for the arrangement are these walls. So I think first what I should do is position all the walls exactly where I need them to figure out which rooms are going in which spots, and so that I can properly fit them in. And once we have that done, I'll know whether or not this arrangement works, or whether or not I need extra areas like a vending machine area and all that stuff. You might be wondering where laundry's going. Well, laundry is going to go in the corners of one of these areas on every single floor. So every floor will have its own laundry. I'm also considering adding a bar to this top floor, and possibly the floor. Well, we don't need one in these floors because there's already a big bar area in this floor. But the top floor here, I'm considering adding their own bar as well, so they can hang out up here if they like to. But in any case, every room is its own bar anyway, especially the ones with the balconies. So let me place some walls down, see which rooms are going in which spots, and then we'll continue. Okay, so I've laid out the grid pattern for these rooms. These are all like the 10 by 12s. So they're not the really big ones. They're the somewhat big ones, right? And there's a little bit of a problem at the corners. I started at this corner, and that's why this one looks clean. But I may need to adjust this because this side doesn't get clean by doing that. Now, I've gone ahead and I've extended this building out to here because I don't think the room needs a wrapping balcony, right? And, there's a case to be made that maybe some of these rooms don't need balconies at all, but I really like the idea of at least the top floor having balconies everywhere, right? And then the bottom floors don't need that. But I had to make a change here because these things don't line up unless I do this. So I'm going to give balconies over on this side, but then when I get to here, it becomes a problem. So I'm thinking what's going to happen here is I might turn this into a laundry, or I might turn this one into, just like a different room. I mean, the size of this one is a little bit weird. It's 8 by 11 here, add another 4 by 10 here. And then you have this area here, which could be a bathroom, but it's sufficiently bigger, I think, overall, the surface area of this. It's not the 15 by 14. Oh, that's interesting. This is 15 by 15. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, because this is 15 by 14. 15 is this direction, and this is the 15 this direction. Therefore, this is 15 by 15. If I wanted to do 15 by 15, well, it doesn't really give that to me here, right? So I could say that this one is like this in quality, but it's a different shape, just to kind of keep it interesting on this one side. And then the building ends up doing something like this. But, whatever. It might do that on the other side too, but I'm thinking if I want to make it consistent, and I don't know if I do, then I could do the same thing over here just to keep it consistent. And so I might go ahead and do that just to see what it looks like if I was to do that here. So I'm going to take from this wall and this wall, I'm going to extend it out to the outside of the room, and just to see what that does for me. I go like this, and then like this. I think that's how it was, right? Wait, yeah, it was just jutted out from there to there. Yeah, all the way over like so. And then we're left with this little arrangement. And then, yeah, this like comes in, and it's gonna pop out that way. But this one doesn't pop out that way. It's just this extra bit. So I don't know. It could be something where I pop it out this way or something, but I gotta figure out how to do the corners because they don't match up quite so well, and we can add extra value by maybe every corner is also a big room kind of thing, so yeah, you can see the hallways, how they go in. There's gonna be a lot of hotel rooms here, man. We have a big demand though, and we want to make sure that they are nice rooms while they're satisfying that demand, right? So same things here. We just go 10 by 12 like that. That would be a room. And then we make that happen. And then we just continue on that pattern until we fill up. Oh, like that. Yep, there we go. And notice how some of these, like this here, this is 12 by 10, with the 12 being the width wise, not the depth wise. So it goes along the hallway in a 12 for the 12 by 10. But these rooms, because of where they're situated regarding these rooms, and there not being as much space on this side, right? If I want that 3 wide hallway, well, I gotta go 12 up this way. So these rooms are the same size as these, but I'm gonna have to organize them or like, you know, decorate them, whatever, right? Outfit them differently as a result of that. So that's a little bit strange too, but oh well, it is what it is. We're gonna have lots of different room patterns, and this is gonna take me a while. So I'm gonna just keep going with this, and I'll be right back. All right, I got the rooms in, and it took a little bit to figure out the spacing and stuff that I needed. Mostly I've been doing them sort of one room at a time, as you see, because I didn't know how much space I really needed. But at this point, I think we're pretty good for the top floor as far as where the rooms are located. Now, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the corners, because the corners are always this weird thing, right? We have this over here, which was a corner space. It is no longer going to be a corner space, though. I'm going to use this for something else, and I'll show you what that is in a second. We're going to also actually extend this a little bit, too. Just going to extend this out this way, like that. And then we're going to go like that, okay? So this is going to be what that corner's like. And then over here, this part's a little bit weird as well. It's a tiny bit strange. But I've decided that this room is going to stay that full size that it was before. So we're going to go like this with this room. Come on. You can do it right there, like that. Yep. And then this is going to get extended because again, I have a plan for this area, okay? And I'll share with you what that is in a little second here. First, let me just go like that and open it up a little bit more, okay? And we'll just kind of paint that in like so, like so. Get rid of this, and we'll look at that in a little bit. Over here, there's this little extra gap here as well, and I think I'll do the same thing here that I'm going to do over there. It's a little bit cramped. Very tight here. My problem with this area is there's not a whole lot of room left on the ground floor here either. And also, the ground floor is hard to navigate in this way because of how it's positioned. So I have to be choosy on where this comes out. It's going to have to be on the side over here, which is a little more difficult to do. You'll see what I mean in a second, but I think I'm still going to go ahead and do this anyway, so we're going to extend that to there, okay? And we'll get rid of this line. All right, so we've got all the rooms. Let's go ahead and just paste this size in. I think this should be the right size. I think it's the right size. Also, I don't want the exterior wall. I don't want to have to, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to paint it later anyway, right? Yeah, whatever. We're just going to do it anyway. Let's go like this, and we're just going to go bop, 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 bop. I think the spacing is correct. No, it's not. There's one tile difference here. Okay, so I'm going to have to remove you. And we could either say that this room is a little bit smaller, or we could say that it's a tad bit bigger, and we just extend it out again, or we could just go with it the way it is. This one little tiny room that's a slightly smaller than the other rooms. I think maybe that'll be like one of those little secret things where everyone talks about it later. Did you know that at this casino there is one room that's smaller than the others? Did you know that? Wink, wink. It might just be one of those things. Because I'm also going to go ahead and do... whoops, hang on. Not dismantle. Here. I'm also going to go ahead and do that over on this side, too. Because I've got plans, man. You'll see what they are in a second. Okay, so there's all the rooms laid in. Now, I want to talk about mostly the reason why I'm doing this. One, it makes the top of the building look a little more interesting instead of being a giant square. So that's something. But the biggest thing has to do with one of the elements we talked about in the previous casino, and that is accessibility, right? Let's take a look. If we go down here, you'll see that we have escalators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess technically 7, 8 escalators that take you to the balcony floor. And then I'm gonna have check-in happen right... Okay, that's weird. Weird things happen when you clone things in this game. All right, yeah. Then we got my black and gold elevators. I need to copy one to here. You see? Weird things happen. Copy. Please have them be the right colors. Thanks. And these are gonna move now. They're not even gonna be here. Because if they're here, then it puts it right square in this room, and I can't do that. So the elevator's gonna move over to this area. And if we come down, it's gonna put it right about here, which is fine. I'm okay with that. The thing is, though, what if you're, and I know this isn't a thing in the game, but I think it should be. This could be something to think about later. Maybe devs, if you're happen to be watching. Accessibility. What happens if this person is in a wheelchair? Or they're, you know, otherwise just not able to move around very much, and they don't like standing in the escalator or whatever. I don't know. It's an escalator, so if you can walk to the escalator, it can take you to the second floor. But what about wheelchair access? How do we do that? If a person in a wheelchair wants to stay in my hotel, they physically cannot do it right now. Not unless there's somebody here that wants to carry them to this platform and then place them on their chair, because this is where the elevators are. The elevators don't go down to this floor. They start here. So that presents a little bit of a challenge. So what I need to do is I need to copy this one, and I need to have elevators accessible from over here too. And I'll probably do it like maybe over here, and then just kind of drops down, and you know, there'll be an elevator that takes them to the top side from there. And actually over here as well. We're gonna do that over here too, just so they can do it from either side of the building, right? And that's how they can get to this balcony area, this overhead area, and then ultimately they can check into the hotel, and then they can use these 6 elevators to get where they need to go, okay? But here's the thing. What if the power goes out? I know the game doesn't make you think of that stuff, but what if the power goes out or there's a fire? Well, elevators don't work in those situations. How do people escape? They can't. They need a staircase. We need a staircase. Hence, emergency staircase right here, right here, right over here, and right over here. All 4 corners have emergency staircases, yeah? Elevators in the somewhat center. I'm gonna call it somewhat center because there's no way to do it in the center. I thought about doing it in the center. Like, I have elevators right here, takes you all the way up, and then sky bridges. I thought about it, except you can't do sky bridges. It doesn't let you do it. Yeah. Although, to be fair, if I'm having sky bridges going on every single floor, then I might as well just make it a building, right? And a T building, and then it goes up. And this looks cooler to me though, so I'm gonna let that go. All right, so stairs. How is that gonna work? Well, there's a little bit of a problem with some of these staircases because, like over here, it will work because there's nothing built over here. That's fine. Same thing with over on that side, and there's nothing built over there, so that's fine. Over here, I left a gap. I left space. But there's an extra problem with this, and that is that this is 2 stories high, so that's a little bit of a concern. Like, I won't be able to do that, right? And, like, I don't know how stairs react when you're 2 stories high. I suppose we just have to, well, like, let's see. If I want to take stairs from this floor to that floor, I mean, how would I do it? I can't do it, right? Because there's no extra floor up here. I'm going to have to create a floor in this area, and that's going to maybe make it a little bit less cool looking down here, but it's accessibility, right? And that's what I'm kind of looking at. So we're going to try it. So over here on this side, I want to do a stairs. And I think the developer could do this with a separate asset, spiraling staircase. Maybe not spiral per se, but something that goes this way and then cuts back this way as a single placed item. I think it's a missed opportunity. I think you could totally do it. But in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to place the staircase something like, say, I don't know how far away from the wall we want this. So, well, I don't want it to interfere with that staff door, but I can always move the staff door. I'm going to have to move that staff door. Staff door's there now. Which means garbage can move back now, right? Indeed. It certainly can. Just gonna move these things back here. And then I guess we can, I I'll adjust this later. It doesn't matter. What's most important is where that door is. All right, so we don't want it to interfere, right? We're gonna have to place floor in here when we do this. And if I come up here, I guess I can probably just zoom in and try to figure out where this is. So it's easier to do this working from the bottom up than it is to go from the top down. I'm going to show you both ways, but you'll be able to see that it's easier going the one way than it is the other. So we're going to mark this. This is a 4x15. I'm going to look at this and say, well, it's from the corner, right? We care about the corner. This is 4 in. So 4 in from the corner. We want the stairs, I think, to be another... if I place them here, this is giving roof access right now, which is not what I want. So really would it be about here? Yeah, that works. That works. So this will be the stairs, and that places the stairs 7 in from the edge of the building. 7 in, okay? So what we want to do now is come all the way down to the bottom. Okay, and we're gonna add floor to this area. So we're gonna go with here, and it doesn't really matter what the floor is for now. So we're gonna add it in, I'll say 12. And we can place like an extra little bit here too, but we don't need it. So it'll be basically this. All right, and we can add the wall here too, because it doesn't make sense if you don't add it. Now I just need to move these poker tables. So we'll move. Hi, autosave. Good to see you. Yes. Boy, wouldn't an autosave that doesn't disrupt you, wouldn't that be nice? We'll put the poker table here and here. This might mess up my pit boss routes and all that stuff, but we'll make do. So over here, what we're going to want to do, for now, I need to remove the floor, at least from this right there. And then I need a wall too wide in this spot. It goes about like this. Okay. Now, I need to remove this floor too. There we go. And then the wall comes in like this. All right, so we've got this extra area. It doesn't look that bad, honestly. Like, it's fine. This is totally fine. So go ahead and make sure that all that stuff is as it should be. There we go. Okay, now this needs to be a floor. I don't really care what that floor is at the moment. All I care about is that it's complete. So there is that. And then what we want to do is we're going to place stairs right here. So now the stairs can be placed. Oh, I need to go 2. Oh, I'm an idiot. Whoops. It's okay. It's fine. It's correctable. Here we go. It's a correctable issue. Dummy. Dummy, 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 dummy. There we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, I need to go up again. It's fine. This is fine. Flooring. Let me fix this. Dang it. Okay, I fixed it. I also laid the walls in above all these here too. So we got them all the way up now. So this whole area is now at least marked for being a stairway on this side, right? So up at the top floor here, we see that this thing goes in like this, kind of juts out this way, and then I also had to jut it out this way in order to get it to line up with the floors below, because the floors below don't have this little area, which is fine because this is going to be balcony. These are going to be balconies anyways, right? So whatever, like we're good here. And same thing with over here. It doesn't interfere with any of the balconies, so that's good. This is a little bit longer than the rest of the floors, but you know, whatever. It's fine. At least this side. Actually, this side over here won't need to be as long because we don't have to navigate a complex area over on this side. Although I may want to anyway, because going all the way to the corner might be a good thing for this. I don't know. We'll see. I might actually... I can have this go down in this direction. Yeah. And then the floors below that can keep going down. Oh, hey, now there's an idea. I didn't think of that. We'll try it both ways. Whatever, make it interesting. Anyway, so here's our top floor. We go down, right? And then if we go down one from here, you can see there's the stairs. And you know, we can design them too. You know, there's just a design to the staircase if we'd like it to be. I feel like you probably wouldn't want this to be, you know, we're gonna leave the stairs white, but I'm gonna actually make this a darker color because I think it looks nice. Okay, so we're gonna eyedropper this. Now we can't do this because like that goes up. You can't place stairs going down. You can only place stairs going up. So what we'll need to do is go down 1 floor, mark it, flip it over, and then we're gonna have to go down 1 floor, make sure it's lining up. Yep. There we go. All right, so we're making our own spiral staircase in this way, right? So flip it over, go down 1 floor, mark it, double check the alignment, pretty good. And then we go down 1 floor from here, mark it. I made it a bingo hall just to sort of mark out my how big I needed it to be. And then this is where we start getting into the other casino area, right? So once more, we mark this, flip it over, yep, like this. I think it's from here. I think that's lined up. It's hard to tell. There we go. And then finally on this side, we go down, mark it. So we kind of have like the door over here. We can place the door here to go to the stairs. That means we don't need all of this area. This area can actually go away, or rather I should say it can be returned to us. I was leaving extra space before, but see, then I went ahead and I draped this out like that, and then I didn't need it. So I actually liked how that worked out. So we're gonna have the wall on this side come in right about there instead. That should leave 1, 2, and 1, 2. Yep. Okay, so this can go away, and then we'll just go ahead and get rid of this and get rid of this. The floors can go away too. We're gonna get rid of this wall. Let's lay the wall in first before we get rid of it. Should be about like that. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of this one and get rid of this one. Oh, I don't want to do that. Luckily, I know where it is. There it goes. And then we just get rid of this wall right here like that. Okay. We work our way up. We just want to get rid of the floor now. There we go. Like so. Okay. And then mark the wall colors. So it ends up being like this, right? Our little stairs access, right? Our emergency access points for stairs. Okay. And so they're going to get into here. What I'd like to do, I think, is we're going to put a commercial double door here and also one over here. So they can access this from both sides if they'd like to. But this is going to let them go upstairs right from here, right? All the way up to like this. And they're kind of trapped in the staircase in this area because, you know, there's no other floor to go to in this area. Oh, I want to copy the wall design. Yep, there we go. There is no reason to leave here, right? So we go up this way, and now we have the double door, which will lead them out. Actually, it's going to have to be this side, isn't it? Yep, if you want to leave, you're going to have to do it there. So let's get rid of this. Yep. So this will be there, and see, the workmen are already using it. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And then we just kind of go... now on this side, it's got to be here, I guess. Ooh, it's going to change whichever side it goes, it's going to change it because of how that works. This is why I think having an actual spiral staircase design would be nice, because every floor could have the stairs arriving at the same spot, right? A real spiral staircase, in this case, if they were to make that asset, would allow me to place stairs where the way out, or the finisher for the stairs, is on the same side on every single floor. And the way it is now, I can't have the door be in exactly the same spot on every floor. It doesn't work that way. So it's going to have to be here instead. And then up here, it's going to have to be here. And then up here, it's going to have to be here again. And then up here, it can be there. And then up here, it's going to have to be over here, which I'm just going to let that be. And honestly, I kind of feel like we should have some sort of a special condition here, right? Like you would want this to be closed off. It's like the presidential suite area, right? So we could have this be, pretend, right? We could pretend that this is a more exclusive zone that requires more exclusive access, right? So you need to, like, I don't know, present your key card to have these doors open or something, you know? I don't know, just thinking out loud here. And then I can't place any windows that make sense here because of how they line up. So I'm just gonna leave them. I guess I'll just leave them like that, but they don't look good. I need the, I need windows that look good with the doors, man. All right, so that'll be that. We have our emergency stairs, right? All the way down they can get until they get to here, in which case then it's like, you know, this is the casino. So let's make this floor do what it does. There we go. Perfect. Okay, good. So this is all set. And that's our first emergency staircase, okay? I'm thinking about accessibility. I'm excited. I'm happy with how it turned out. I do want to adjust these lights a little bit and stuff, and we'll have to have lights in the staircases and everything too. So like this lamp right here should be moved, like maybe over here or something. Maybe this one can get moved to like here, just to provide light in this area. Or I think you'd probably want them on this side, just because this is where people are walking. So probably like that. Yeah. Just so they have it illuminating where they're walking. Cool. All right, so that takes care of the accessibility element. Now let's talk about the rooms and designing the rooms. There's two different variations that I need for designing the rooms. Okay, and this is, you know, staircases here. I'll put those in later. Same thing with right here and over here. I'll take care of that offline. But I wanted to show you at least the first one so you can see what I'm saying, right? About how these things go in. You can see the workmen are already using them because it's the only way to get up here now is the stairs. It's good. It's by design, all right? I needed them to thoroughly test the design, and look, they did. It works. They're up here. Okay, so I need two different designs. Why, you may ask? Well, because one is 12 by 10 relative to the door. The other one is 10 by 12 relative to the door. And so there need to be slightly different variations in this because of how they're oriented relative to the hallway. So I'm gonna play around with this. You've seen me design these ones already, right? So this one's not that impressive by comparison, and this video is already very long. So I'm just gonna whip this out really quick for this room and this room, just to show you the two different variations that we'll use, and then we'll look at the balconies and stuff after that. So I'll be right back. All right, you didn't really miss much in terms of like design. All I did is copy and paste the bathroom from this room and brought it in over here, and then I reduced its size by 1. So I made it just a little bit smaller to give me extra room in these in this area here, and all the same stuff is in here. It's just a little bit smaller, and well, it's exactly 1 meter smaller basically. I also changed up the floors, and I was messing around with the different designs and stuff. As I copy and paste the bathroom, this stuff messes up, and I have to like reposition it and everything. But every once in a while it doesn't. It's kind of inconsistent, so I'm not entirely sure what's causing it to happen. Like I went and did this, copied it and pasted it to here, and all the wall stuff was messed up. Then I copied this one to over as I went through this, didn't mess up at all. Then I started copying this one over, and it messed up every single time. I don't know how to predict it. It's weird. What do I mean by messing up? Well, okay, so all I do is I clone area, right? Clone this, move it over here. And then I have to look at it and say, did you mess up? Are the pictures in the right spot, right? And so far it seems like everything here is in pretty much working order. Yeah, this one's a little off the wall, but I don't think that's actually off the wall. Yeah, it moves in a little. No, not really. Yeah, it doesn't really mess up. So I don't know. It's difficult to tell when it's going to happen, but yeah, there you go. So there's a slightly different variation, and I don't know which one I like more. This one, it feels like these are the exact same size, right? There's no difference in sizing here, right? If I go 12, yeah, this is a 12 by 10 zone. Yep. And so is this. But yet somehow by having the bathroom oriented this way, it almost feels like this room is smaller than this one. A little bit. And I think it's because of where the door is. Like the door opens up to a big wide open room versus a little kind of hallway thing into an open room. I think fundamentally it's going to be the same experience. I just have to have different arrangements for furniture and stuff. But there's a different floor in for this one, and I went with the same floor for this one because it was easier, and I really don't have a whole lot of carpet options that match this pattern, so that match the theme I'm going for. So in any case, I gotta get beds and stuff sorted out, and I think for the most part I'm just gonna copy things over. Design wise, I think that makes sense. There's not really a reason why I wouldn't use the same stuff. So the difference though is that these rooms are not going to have their own gym. They're going to have the television and stuff, but they're not going to have their own gym. So the couches and everything, I feel like I should probably why don't I just make one of the rooms closer? I should do that, right? I should just organize it closer. Let me just do this really quick. If I do this and make it like that, did that mess anything up? A little bit, but it's actually fine, like the light moved, and this picture's a little bit over to that side now, so I need to put it back over where it was. This moved a little bit. It's not really centered anymore. I think this needs to be repositioned ever so slightly, and this picture is now jutted into this wall instead of being centered, so we're gonna do that too. But like, you have to do this a little bit. You have to move things that are mounted to the wall, and you got to put them back. Okay, so now that I have these two rooms together, I think I can more easily design a room that I like, and I'm gonna have to design that, paste it everywhere depending on the orientation of that thing, and then reposition all the stuff that moves every single time, and then my top floor will be done. So you guys are gonna keep in touch with me tomorrow, right? I'm gonna be here tomorrow. So I hope the world doesn't end tonight and you get to see the result.